Hello Doraemons, welcome back. So for this video we are going to start with the major problems you need to solve in order to crack any coding interview. So I'm going to discuss about the basic problems which you may get in a coding interview if it is a basic level coding exam, and this methods will definitely help you in case of some of complex also, because the basic pattern is held over in this video. So let's get started. So the first type of coding question which you want to solve is palindrome. I hope many people know about palindrome question. So it is nothing but the same word. We have to check whether the it is similar in from the front as well as in the back. So if I take a word called like radar, as you can see, if I reverse this also, this will again still pronounced as radar. So this is called as a palindrome. So this is a very basic question which you may get in simple coding exams, and also this is getting asked in many companies like TCS, Accenture. So this is also one of the important questions. So let's see how we can solve this. So we have to just get and string, and we have to compare it from front and also from the reverse. If they are same, then it is like this, say we can say that this program or this string which we are got is a palindrome. So this is the basic scenario of palindrome. So let's get started. I'm going to just declare one variable like s. I'm just going to give s is equal to a string like radar, and we are going to compare it from the front and also from the back. So if you are going with any programming language, which is fine with you, and I'm going to show you in Python. So it is very easily done in Python. Just 2 lines of code is enough to check whether a given string is palindrome or not. So I'm going to show you the very easiest way. So what we are going to do is we are going to use a slicing operator. So I'm just going to give if s of there is the sizing operator, and if we give like this, it will compare the entire string, and I'm going to just give equal to, and here this means it takes the entire string. If we give one more semicolon and -1, what will happen in the sense? It will now consider the string in reverse. So this is a very simple thing to do or compare a palindrome. So I'm just going to give print palindrome, or in the else case we can just give not a palindrome, else print not a palindrome, and that's it. Now if I just run it, as it is a palindrome, now I'm just going to give one more s. It has printed like not a palindrome. So this is the easiest one, and if they ask to compare different strings, you can use the same method. And even for comparing some characters, you can mention the index numbers in these places, and you can use the same thing. So now the second type of the question which is usually get asked in the coding interview is number series. So they will ask you to like print some of the numbers in some pattern. So some, to give you an example, I'm just going to create 2 arrays of even number and odd number. So just creating one, yes, one is equal to, and here I'm just going to create for I in range of, let's say, 20, and I'm going to just append h dot append, and here itself we can increase it by, so first I'm going to go with odd numbers. So starting should be 1, and it should be incremented by 2, and I'm going to append it. Likewise, we are going to create one more array which is of even numbers. So h is equal to and r is equal to, so I've created 2 1, and we are going to do the same for even array. So for even array we are going to start with 0 and same incrementation, r. So to basically create two arrays, you'll be doing this. So I'm just going to put print h comma r, and let's get out of this one. Now you can see we have an odd array of numbers from 1 to 20 and even array. So if you want to arrange this in some particular order, you can iterate through both of these arrays and you can do like arrange them. So this is asked in some of the important or simpler coding questions which I have noticed. So I thought this would be like a very simpler way, or even there are some other ways like star of n and increasing it by 2, but it is a little complicated to understand. So I've just given you one simple way to do so. So I'll also show you like how we are getting added. So for I in h, and or you can iterate like two arrays in the same time also. So I comma j, and here you can give h comma r, and you can create one more array like this s, and here also you can like append s dot append, but append can only add one at a time. So we are going to just repeat this, and here we can put j, and we can print yes and see what is the output. I comma too many values to unpack. Actually I think we can do like this. Okay, so actually we missed a keyword over here which is called zip, and if we put these two arrays inside zip, then it should work. So I'm just running it now. Here you can see, right, 1 0 and 3 2, or if you want to arrange vice versa, you can do same. So I'm just replacing I and j and also run it. So now it will be arranged like the whole number series, and you can arrange it in some other way. So this you can simultaneously iterate through two arrays in the same time. So this is also one of the questions which is getting asked like repeatedly in most of the interviews. So next type of question which I have is like for patterns. So these patterns questions are mostly asked in advanced coding rounds. So I think this question you can practice over, and I have some patterns. So patterns in the sense you'll be getting some patterns like this. Not only with this star, you may also get some other symbols, and you will be asked to arrange them in this pattern like this or something. So I'm going to show you how to try this right triangle star pattern. So basically what we are going to do is, here we'll be iterating two for loops basically, and first for loop is for the number of rows. So for I in range of, and this is totally for the rows, this is only for the rows, so we have to count the number of rows. So for this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so there are 9 rows in this one. And what we have to do over for this is, for the columns we are using the second for loop. So for j in range, and here we not only consider, if we consider the number of columns, then it will like print like a square. I'll just show you. So I'm just considering it as 9 and 9, and I just give print of star, and if we want it in a single line, so I'm just giving n is equal to a space, and in the end of this second for loop you have to print /n. So now I'm just running it. Now we have got a square, but what is expected is a triangle. So for the first row it should have only one star, and for the second row 2 stars, and for third row 3 stars, like that. So what we are going to do is, we are going to just, instead of putting 9 here, we are going to give I. So now if I run it, you can see the pattern. So this is a very simple thing, and you can try with all the other like string patterns, rectangle, triangle, whatever you want. So I'll be linking this down in the description, you can check. So this is also one type of questions, and like solving this question gives you a good mind activity, and you can solve any question which is asked in the exams. So now moving on to the next type of question. So left shift and right shift. So most people like think left shift and right shift is only for linked list, because linked list is mostly like the difficult part to do, right shift and left shift lift and all. But these questions are simplified in arrays too, but as the problem statement is brief, so it is like a little bit tough to understand. But basically what they'll be asking is they can simplify it in array too. So this basically occurs in strings. So I'm just going to show you one example in string how you can do the left shift and right shift in string. So you have to just rotate one, or take the character from the first and append it in the last, like that. So if I'm just considering the same, if radar is there, then left shift in the sense the R from here should be taken and added in the last. Right shift in the sense this the last one should be added to the first, like that. So I'm just considering the same array as radar, and you can check directly like if, or you can also compare create two strings separately. So this is one, as I showed the other one already. I'm showing you the second method which I usually use. I'm going to create one thing, and what I'll do is I'll just take it from the, like if it is left shift, we have to consider from the index number 1. So I'll just give it like this, and in the end I'll just add s of 0, like this. You can just add, and you can create one more array like h, and except the last one you can take -1 and len of s. So this is the best practice to use len of s minus 1. So no matter what the string length is, you will be able to iterate through the things. So now let's run and see what is there. G comma h. Now we can see it is changed to adar, and this r should come first. So the last character should come first. Oops. Okay, so len of s, and then s of len of s minus 1, like this. I'm just adding it. So string index out of range. Okay, yeah. So we are considering the indexes over here, so that's the reason. Go -1. Okay, now it should be correct. Yes. So this is one simple way which I use for left shift and right shift, and this is also like addressed like left rotation and right rotation, forward rotation and backward rotation. No matter what the sentence is, rotation in the sense we'll usually perform like this, and by this you can perform anything, like looking into the string you can do anything, and you can just compare them. If g is equal to h, then print it as whatever it is required. And now we are moving on to the last type of question, which is string separation. So what happens in this type of questions is they'll be giving you a string which will be having some extra characters in it, like and symbol. Like if I'm just giving n and I'm just giving temple, and in between you will have some characters like this, and you may also have some numbers like this. So usually what happens is either they will ask you to remove all the unwanted characters, or they will ask you to print only the unwanted or symbols available or only the numbers available, or even ask to perform some operation over the numbers and over the strings. So you should know some simple steps to differentiate the digit, the symbols and the numbers. So for that, what I'll be using is, first I'm going to just remove the numbers. So what I'm going to do is, so first I iterate through the list for I in S. If I dot is, if it is a digit, then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to ignore that, just continue. Else I'm going to append it to one more array, d dot append of I. So let's check and see what is getting printed. Print of d. So this will only remove the numbers. D is not defined, so let's define d with an empty string. String object has no attribute append. Okay, so let's just declare it like an array. Yes, so now we can see the numbers got removed. Or if you want only the characters, what we can do is, we have one more like is char. So what this will do, this will consider only the characters. So here, instead of putting like this, we can also use this, d dot append of I. Now I'm just running it, it will go to only string. I dot is character or is alpha. We'll try with alpha. So guys, the A should be in smaller and is alpha, then we got only the letters. So like this, you can separate the strings and other things from the combined string, and this is usually asked and many people don't know how to do this, and these simple like inbuilt functions are very useful in this scenario. So I thought, why not tell it to you guys, so that it will be easy for you people also to solve. So many people told like, I could write the structure but I couldn't write the function. So you should focus on the logic mostly. So if you focus on the logic, then it will be very easier. So that only I made this video post based on only the logics. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and what else you want me to do, so please comment it down. So I need ideas from you guys for the next videos and what you guys want from me. And yeah, that's it for this video guys. I'll be meeting you in the next one. Until then, this is your very own Code Doraemon signing off. Bye, cheers.